Hey creeps, if you want to see how I got this look, baby, then stay tuned. Alright, so these are the items that you need. Everything will be listed in the bottom bar below. I am going to kind of speed through this video. So we're just going to start off. Make sure that you have your gloves and of course everything you need sitting out. Again, everything will be listed below, okay? So what I'm doing first is I am mixing up the bleaching powder that is kalediocolors, and it already has a toner in it and it gives cool tones. And I'm going to be mixing 3 different things, one with a 30 developer, one with a 40, and one with a 50. Okay, you do have to have a license in order to get the 50 developer, but you can achieve this with a 40 as well. And basically just you might have to leave it on longer. Now again, I'm mixing up everything, and since I have a 2-part bowl on the side where I have a little foil paper tape to it, that lets me know that that's my 50 developer. So just make sure that you have a marker so you can know the separate, even though they're eventually gonna get mixed up, and you'll see what I'm talking about in a second. Alright, so yeah, just making sure everything is all tight and closed so we don't have a mess. And the hair, what I'm doing is I'm sorry that I'm just not that good at this. I tried to find the best lighting, and the area that I'm in is very small, so I'm doing the best I can, guys. Okay, so the front area, basically I parted it off like in a triangle style, basically like if you were going to get a straight across bang. That is the area that I took out. Okay, so I'm starting at the bottom with the 50 because that is the lighter color. Now this will be a semi-ombre, but it will also have like a highlighted effect, so you'll see why I'm doing it like this in a second. Alright, so then next I go up with the 40, and then last but not least, of course, I'm gonna go to the top close to where I want it with the 30. Now when I'm putting it in, I'm not actually doing it straight. I'm doing it kind of like I'm taking the brush, turning it sideways, kind of mixing it in so that I don't have a line of demarcation in between the colors, nor from the root to where the ombre begins. So there you go, you see me mixing it all up. And what I'm going to do is once I'm done with the 30 developer at the top, I'm actually going to go through and mix it like with the brush, drag the brush down, make sure it's all the way through. And then I'm also going to use a comb to pull through. And why I'm doing this is because I want to highlight it and low light effect going throughout the ombre part. Okay, that is the purpose for that. What it's going to do is just basically drag the different numbers of developer through. So even though they are processing at the same time, the higher developers will be lighter, and of course the darker number developer mix that I mixed up will be darker. And it's a pretty messy job, but it's going to give me exactly what I want, a messy mixed up look with the colors. So this is something that you really don't have to be perfect at, which is great, and which is why I decided to do a tutorial on this one, because you guys can do this on your own. Also as well, I use kalediocolors because it already has a toner, and that's one less step. Alright, so this is the hair. I processed it for about 30 minutes. Just checking on it here and there to see what I had got. I did not want to leave it too long. Reason being is because I did not want to over process it and hurt the hair. So what I did after is I'm going to blow dry it on low heat, and I also sprayed it with a heat protector before blow drying. Now I am spraying it with an oil protectant at this moment to give it more moisture to help with damaging. Okay, making sure that it's saturated on the end. And now I'm doing my second application. This time I'm only using the 50, which if you can't get the 50, you can use the 40, the highest number that you can obtain. And I'm gonna go all the way through with it. And what this is gonna do is it's gonna lighten up the areas, different areas more, but of course they are 3-toned, so they will lighten at different tones, which will give me that highlighted effect that I achieve. And I'm going to wrap it up, make sure that I wrap it up nicely, and it's gonna also sit as well for about 20 to 30 minutes. Okay, the longer you leave it, the lighter it gets. Now I'm using the heat here, and I'm just doing the heat on the foil paper, and then it's gonna hold it in, and then I'll wrap it again just to hold in some of the heat. Okay, so now we're going to shampoo, and I'm using a neutralizing shampoo to balance out the pH in the hair. Okay, once it's rinsed out completely, I'll apply the shampoo, make sure that it's worked in well, and I'm going to rinse that out completely as well. After that, I'm going to take the Proclaim mask, which is an extra protectant, the Tresemme, which is a moisture conditioner, and I also put argan oil on the hair just to give it extra moisture, and I let it sit for another 30 minutes, and then I'm going to rinse it out with cold water. Okay, cold water locks in moisture. Alright, so cold water. Make sure that it's rinsed completely out. You don't want to have any residue or anything like that, so just make sure you rinse it completely. Now, of course, after that, I apply the heat protectant, and it's gonna be on to the styling baby. Okay, blow dry it out, brush it out, and let's get this party started. I just want to let you guys know that I love you so very much. I'm gonna cut a little layers around my face, and everything else is pretty much self-explanatory. I have various tutorials on how I get my big curls, so if you just want to watch this run through in the finished product, then stay tuned, baby. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you, my creeps, later. If you are not an official Widow Creep, please subscribe so you can keep up and all that. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.